These three keys represent the first, representing that of openness. Keeping yourself open to possibility, keeping yourself open to flow. Just imagining that you yourself are a flowing river and that you are never ever growing stagnant. All possibilities are open to you. Everything that represents you is here and now, and that you have opened up the floodgates so that all this energy can flow through you. If you can really learn how to be open, this is how channeling in that sense is going to bring about a very strong rapport with you, and in that sense create a very strong acceleration together as well. The second key fundamental represents that of trust. Now this is one of the big ones. Trust is a very, very challenging process because even if we are open to the aspect of channeling, we're still debating it. Well, I don't know, is this really me that's talking? Is this my ego that's coming through? Do I just have an overactive imagination? Am I just overanalyzing this? These just crazy thoughts, etc. We really want to disbelieve because disbelief is so easy. It's very, very easy to deny. It's very easy to shoot down. It's very easy to ridicule what we're receiving. Just think it's just a bunch of junk. It's all fantasy. It's not me. This is just going crazy. It's all thought. Blah 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 blah. So the whole idea here is that when you're starting to open yourself up, when you're allowing the floodgates to open, you want to make sure that you are moving into that trust process. Let the information come together. The best way for that to happen is that through trust, you're not setting any particular type of expectations. You're not feeling that this needs to come together as something completely revolutionary and it's just going to reshape your life the very first time you channel. 9 times out of 10, the very first time that you channel may not be something so spectacular. You may actually just be looking at it and saying, oh, that's it? I was expecting so much more. A grandiose, immense, multi-paragraph statement through this channeling state. When you really start to channel for the first time, you'll start to get bits and pieces, but there's a whole process behind it. So the very important aspect here is learning to trust yourself, learning to trust the flow. As you open the floodgates, let the river come through and let yourself trust the process. The third key fundamental represents that of interpretation. Yes, that's right. We're not all here to sit in a chair and feel that we're channeling an extraterrestrial or channeling an angel or what have you. A lot of the times there are many different forms of really profound channeling that can come in art form, that can come in music, that can come in dance, that can come in poetry. You name it. There's so many different types of expressions of interpretation that we have the capability of doing. So when you're looking into learning how to channel, look into the interpretation that best suits you. If you feel that, well, you know what, I really like how the idea of many of these channelers are able to vocally channel and are actually able to bring about this consciousness, and I'm able to channel that energy. Even though that is a goal to set forward, that may not be your particular type of alignment when it comes to interpretation. Interpretation holds many different possibilities. So it's being able to very strongly stay open. You may feel that you are an excellent artist through channeling. You are an excellent musician through channeling. You're an excellent dancer through channeling. Those are all legitimate channeling states. So these are the 3 key fundamentals to keep in mind. What's very, very important also to understand as well is that you're continuing to allow channeling to grow. You're allowing that channeling to become a part of your entire life. If you feel that this is just something that you're going to do maybe once a month, once every couple months, etc., you're going to have some challenges really understanding the flow here about how channeling operates. Why channeling? Why do we decide to get more into the channeling state? Well, the simple reason is because we are natural channelers already. Everything that represents our personality, our belief systems, our constructs pertaining to what we love and what we hate are all just part of a channeling state. We have developed ourselves into a character on this planet, and that really just represents a type of channeling within itself, that we're able to look into different forms of how not only us but others pertaining to the personality archetypes to help us form relationships together. Everybody is channeling all the time already. It's just that it's a very, very unconscious state of channeling. We're looking together, not always through the ideal 100% of the ego, because there are times where we have inspiration, but we all are able to channel in our own unique different way. So we're doing it already. What the aspect of channeling relates to is being able to go beyond yourself, is being able to connect to extensions of consciousness so that you're able to house these particular extensions of consciousness through yourself to form some type of interpretation. So it does not always relate to the idea of channeling the archangels or channeling an extraterrestrial consciousness or extra dimensionals, etc. That certainly is a possibility, but that's not the only possibility. Really, in many different ways, you're just channeling other versions of yourself, other versions of you in other different realities, and you're bringing that forward. It can certainly be higher elevations of consciousness, higher aspects of divine consciousness that are coming through that you are learning to channel as well. So again, there's many possibilities to what it is that you're channeling. What is one of the very, very important messages to keep track here? It's very important for you to understand that when you are channeling, it's not about the messenger. It is very true that at times you may actually receive a name or you may receive a symbol when you start to channel. And this is maybe a symbol that's really, really neat. It's a name that sounds kind of cool, etc. And you really want to know more about that particular type of being. You may want to know about that energy of saying, okay, well, here's the energy of Adronis. Oh my God, Adronis looks cool. He sounds cool. Right? All of that, I want to be able to get to know him. I want to get to know his personality. But whenever you try to channel that, you're noticing that a lot of that information isn't coming through very smoothly. This is simply because it's all about the message that serves you and that serves everything pertaining to your life path. So when you start to get into channeling, it's very important to understand that you're looking to focus on the message and less on the messenger. That's not to say that at times the messenger can introduce themselves in certain ways and give some aspects pertaining to themselves. That certainly is a possibility. But the reason why you're channeling is because you're looking at something that really brings about a personal transformation, something that's helping you expand yourself to the next level of being, to really being able to become a whisperer for a reality, to see exactly how reality operates, to helping you develop yourself, transform yourself, accelerate yourself into a path that you prefer. So what's the way for us to begin? How do we start developing ourselves beginning here with channeling? Well, firstly, you want to really make sure that your environment is complementary to the type of channeling that you want to perform. Let's say, for example, that you want to really start to get into the process of inspirational writing. This is often known as automatic writing. Now, basically what you want to do first is you want to start getting used to opening up your feeling centers. So again, this is coming back to the first key, which is openness. This starts with the heart. So getting started involves you opening up your heart, being able to invite feeling in, and let feeling guide your way, relating to the interpretations that are coming through as you trust the process. So really starting to adapt yourself to the state of feeling. Well, what's the good way of doing that? You're starting a journal. You're beginning to get a diary going. And you're just documenting your day. And you're being as completely honest with yourself about how your day went as possible. Even if it may have been a day that was uneventful, do what you can to make it feel like it was eventful. Really start to channel the heart. The heart is the direct gateway to your ability to channel. If you don't feel that you have a very open heart, you're going to have quite a bit of challenge trying to channel. Channel all comes through the state of feeling. It's being able to interpret the information as it comes through, even if it's something that feels very neutral or very technical or very robotic. It's still something that is opening through the gateway of the heart. So again, really being able to look into a psychic diary, into a channeling diary, into a dream diary, and just being able to document events within your life and going very, very deeply with yourself. So as you start to open your heart, you're just becoming more honest with yourself. You're embracing feeling as it comes through. This even goes beyond the journal, that each day when you're feeling you're experiencing life as it needs to be, you're keeping track of the type of feelings you sense throughout the day. Something has made you angry, or something has made you happy, something has brought you into despair, Something has brought you into an overwhelming state of joy. Allow the feelings to express themselves through you as they come through, whatever the situation may be. When that time comes, go to your diary and start writing out about how that feeling felt to you. This is again opening the heart. You're letting yourself feel. This is very, very important when you start getting further into channeling. Once you start going into the feeling aspect of channeling, you're again now starting to create the environment, giving you an idea of feeling that, yeah, I'm channeling the heart, my heart's opening up a lot more, I'm getting into my channeling diary, I'm creating entries on a daily basis, and now I'm able to move into that next step. I'm now going to start complementing my environment with the energies that I want to attract. Now, this is basically just representing a space of love. You're creating a sacred space with yourself. So that could be your bedroom, that could be your front room, whatever you feel it is that represents a very, very harmonious space with yourself. Let yourself create it in the image that you feel brings you into a very high state of joy, a very strong, loving feeling. So again, as your heart is all about the gateway to love, the gateway to feeling itself, make sure that your reality, that your environment, where you wish to experiment more with channeling, complements that particular aspect. Once you start getting more into the channeling state, just let yourself go into a peaceful state of relaxation. So again, meditation can be a very good energy for this. Letting yourself going into a very deep state of consciousness, relaxing yourself, and again, not putting any expectations relating to what it is that you want to channel. You're not even looking for the particular feeling of, well, I expect this answer, I expect this statement, etc. Let that all go. Just keep yourself completely cleared. So if you're getting into the automatic writing state or the inspirational writing state, all you're really looking to do at first is channel yourself. Now, channeling yourself really is the essence of feeling. It's the essence of your heart. You can refer to this as the higher self, or the inner being, or your higher levels of consciousness, etc. The universal mind. Whatever you feel you want to refer to it as, or whatever you feel it is bringing itself together as, let this be the starting point. You're just working together with a harmonious level of yourself. So just have that particular book in front of you, that channeling diary, and just let yourself sink deeper and deeper into the state of a nice, relaxed form of being. Let yourself completely unwind, let go of the day, let any particular form of distracting thoughts completely evacuate from your mind. Just imagine that they're just expanding themselves outwards within your mind, and they are deep, deep, deep into the background. And that your energy here and now is in the void, is letting yourself become fully centered and fully relaxed. This is known as neutralizing your mind. Letting your mind become completely neutralized and letting yourself sink deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Once you start to feel that that relaxation is getting very, very harmonized with your being, now you can go ahead and you can ask for that particular energy to present themselves within your space. So your space is now harmonizing with that particular type of energy, as you are welcoming it in with open arms. You are relaxed, you are centered, you are neutralized, and you're not feeling any particular types of distractions that are preventing you from accessing this extension of your own being. There may be an opportunity for when this particular energy will say something to you. Now, the very important thing to understand is the interpretations of how this energy will come about.